My name is Emma. I am 15 years old and I live in a small town where everyone knows each other. It's a quiet place surrounded by nature and I love spending my time outdoors. Recently I celebrated my 15th birthday with my friends and family. It was a beautiful day filled with laughter, joy and unforgettable memories. But there was one moment that stood out above all. I want to tell you about the day my dog, Shadow, became a hero. It changed everything. Shadow is a German Shepherd and he's been with me since I was a little girl. We've grown up together and he's always been by my side. He wasn't just my best friend. Shadow was my protector. Whenever I felt scared or lonely, he was there to comfort me. We'd go on long walks in the park, play fetch and just enjoy each other's company. Shadow was always there for me, especially when I felt alone. He was my rock. I remember one particular day when I was feeling down and Shadow came and sat beside me. He didn't need to say anything. His presence was enough to lift my spirits. I could tell him anything. He was my confidant, my secret keeper. Whenever I had a bad day at school or a fight with a friend, I would come home and pour my heart out to Shadow. He would listen attentively, his eyes full of understanding. Shadow was a great listener. He had this way of making me feel like everything was going to be okay. His calm demeanor and gentle nature were a source of comfort and strength for me. And he always knew how to make me feel better. Whether it was by licking my face, making me laugh with his playful antics, or simply being there, Shadow had a special way of brightening my day. The bond we share is unbreakable, and I am forever grateful for his love and companionship. The day started like any other. The sky was grey and cloudy. A cold wind howled outside my window. I snuggled deeper into my warm blankets. Shadow slept at the foot of my bed. He snored softly. I had to get ready for school. I didn't want to go, but I knew I had to. Shadow sensed my uneasiness. He nudged my hand with his wet nose. School was tough. Every day I faced Amber Collins. She was the school bully. Amber had a pack of friends who followed her around. They laughed at her jokes. They made fun of me. Amber tripped me in the hallways. She called me names. Amber even spread nasty rumors about me. I felt small and alone. One day, Amber went too far. Amber had always been a bit of a bully, but this time she crossed the line. She had been picking on me for weeks, making snide comments and spreading rumors. I tried to ignore her, but it was hard. Every day, I felt more and more isolated. It was during lunch break. The sun was shining and everyone was outside enjoying their meals. The schoolyard was buzzing with laughter and chatter. I usually tried to find a quiet spot away from the crowd where I could read my book in peace. I sat alone at a table reading a book. It was my escape from the harsh reality of school life. The characters in my book were my friends, and their adventures took me to a world far away from my troubles. Suddenly, Amber slammed her hands down on my table. Food splattered everywhere. Everyone was staring. I was terrified. My heart raced, and I felt a lump in my throat. Amber's face was twisted with anger, and she started yelling at me, calling me names and mocking me in front of everyone. Tears welled up in my eyes. I felt so helpless and alone. The other students just watched, some of them even laughing. I wanted to disappear, to be anywhere but there. I couldn't understand why Amber hated me so much. What had I ever done to her? But then I heard a familiar bark. It was Shadow, my loyal dog, my best friend. He had somehow sensed that I was in trouble. Shadow was always there for me, no matter what. He had a way of knowing when I needed him the most. He had somehow slipped out of the house and followed me to school. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw him running towards me. His fur was glistening in the sunlight and his eyes were full of determination. Shadow was on a mission to protect me. Shadow stood protectively in front of me. He growled at Amber. His growl was low and menacing, and for the first time I saw fear in Amber's eyes. She took a step back, unsure of what to do. Shadow's presence gave me the courage I needed. I stood up, wiped my tears, and faced Amber. With Shadow by my side, I knew I wasn't alone anymore. Amber was taken aback. She had never seen Shadow before. Shadow was big and strong. He looked fierce. Amber backed down. She mumbled an apology and scurried away. Everyone was amazed. Shadow had saved me. Words spread like wildfire about what Shadow had done. He became a school hero. From that day on, things changed. People started to see me differently. They were nicer to me. Shadow had given me something I hadn't had in a long time: respect. He had also given me courage. I realized that I didn't have to be afraid anymore. I could stand up for myself. Shadow's act of bravery had not only changed my life, but it had also touched the lives of those around me. It was a day like any other when Shadow, my loyal dog, saw something that made him spring into action. A child was in danger, and without a moment's hesitation, Shadow leaped forward, putting himself between the child and the threat. His courage was undeniable, and his actions spoke louder than words ever could. The community was in awe. People who had never met Shadow before were now inspired by his bravery. They began to see the world differently, realizing that even the smallest among us can make a significant impact. Shadow's bravery became a beacon of hope and a reminder that courage comes in all shapes and sizes. Students who had once been bystanders to bullying found their voices. They were no longer willing to stand idly by while others suffered. Inspired by Shadow's example, they began to stand up for themselves and for each other. The schoolyard, once a place of fear for some, became a place of unity and support. They stood up for themselves and others. The ripple effect of Shadow's bravery was felt far and wide. Friends began to support each other more openly, and strangers became allies in the fight against injustice. It was as if Shadow had given everyone permission to be their best selves, to be brave in the face of adversity. Shadow, my faithful companion, had become a symbol of courage and resilience. His story was shared in newspapers and on social media, reaching people who needed a reminder that heroes come in all forms. Shadow's determination and unwavering spirit were qualities that resonated with many, and his story became a source of inspiration for countless individuals. He taught us all that even in the face of adversity, we have the strength to overcome challenges and make a difference. Shadow's actions reminded us that we are all capable of greatness, no matter our size or circumstances. His bravery was a testament to the power of the human and canine spirit. We have the strength to overcome challenges and make a difference. Shadow's story encouraged people to pursue their dreams and to never give up, no matter how difficult the journey might be. His legacy was one of perseverance and hope, and it inspired many to strive for their own personal victories. My dog, Shadow, was a true hero. He showed me the true meaning of friendship and loyalty. His actions were a constant reminder that love and bravery go hand in hand. Shadow's presence in my life was a gift, and his legacy will live on in the hearts of all who were touched by his story. He showed me the true meaning of friendship. Through his actions, Shadow taught me that true friends are always there for each other, no matter the circumstances. His loyalty and bravery were unmatched, and I am forever grateful for the lessons he taught me. Shadow's story is a testament to the power of love, courage, and the unbreakable bond between a dog and its owner.